Today we're going to talk about the metal cutting bandsaw. I'm just going to show you about this particular model. It's a jet model, and the name of it is a jet bandsaw. I'll show you some of the features on it that we can do. Pay attention as I'm going through this because a lot of these things are going to be on the test, okay? So this here is the handle that you raise the machine with. Everybody see that? To let the machine go down is this knob right here. This lets it go down. The other knob adjusts how fast it goes down. Let me show you again. This handle lifts it up. You shut it off, it won't go anywhere. You turn it on, now it's going down, and this knob allows it from 1 to 10. You put it on 10, it goes down really fast. When it goes all the way down and it sets down, the red light comes on. And when you're done, you should not see any lights on it when you're done. And it'll automatically shut itself off. If not, I'll have to adjust it so that it will. This red button right here, it's emergency stop button. If anything ever happens, just push it and it shuts off. Then you have to pull it, twist it and pull, and it popped out. Something happens, push it in, right? So how you going to stop this? Turn it on, stop it, hit the emergency stop. See how we done that? To turn it back on, twist, there's little arrows here. Twist just a little bit, and it pops out. Readjust it, hit the green button to start it. Okay. When it gets all done cutting, it automatically shuts itself off. This switch here turns the water on and off. So let me show you that. So while this is running, you can see the water coming out of it. This switch here shuts it off, turns it back on. So we're always going to use the water unless we're cutting non-ferrous metals like aluminum. Then we might not use it, but for the most part, we're always going to use the water. The water is a water-soluble oil. So it's not just water, but we put a little bit of oil in it that dissolves in the water. And if you feel it, it's just a little greasy. And that allows it to be used to save the blade life, okay? So while it's cutting, it's kind of cooling it and removing the chips. Now I will show you how to adjust the fence here. Just loosen this, depending on what you're cutting. Move it in there. The closer these are together, the more accurate, the cut's going to be. Okay? Now I'll show you how to measure something or to tighten up the vise. Here's the vise. You loosen it right here. When that's loose, now your piece. Right now we're cutting about a 2-inch, about a 2 3/8-inch piece of pipe. See how it's just set up nice? When you get ready to cut, you run your tape measure down here. Let's just cut us a piece 3 inches long. Get it set on 3. Tighten it up in the vise. Now you're not just seeing how tight you can get it, just snug it up. Check it here, it's tight. Look it all over. We're going to set our speed, our down speed. I usually put it between 2 and 3 for everything I cut. So the speed that's going to come down is 2 to 3 cutting speed. The going down right now, it's off. We're going to hit the power. Water's on, now I'm gonna let it cut. Never put your hand in there. It's less than a foot long, let it fall in. Leave it alone. Look for all the pressure down. Tendency to grab it. Do not grab it. Just let it go. Now that the saw is done, now you can grab your piece. Try to get all the liquid back in here so it's not all over the floor, and 3 inches. So we've made a successful cut. One thing I want to caution you on the vise a little bit. Just because this handle's tight doesn't mean that the vise is tight, because this particular machine can do angle cuts. Zero to 45. The numbers are right down here with a little arrow. You can put it on 45 degrees. Make sure it's tight. A lot of times I'll let the machine go back down closer. Now if you wanted to measure it, mark it, now you'll cut this piece on that 45-degree angle. This is important. Make sure your speed, your down pressure speed between 2 and 3, your water's on, the machine's not going down before you get started. Once you hit start, wait for the water to come out, let it go down. Too small to grab a hold of, just let it cut. At any time something would happen, hit the emergency stop button, right? So I'm the operator of the machine right now, and as the operator, my responsibility is to make sure that I stay within reach, that I can hit that emergency stop button. Right now, while it's running, is not the time to wander off or to be distracted or go to the restroom. You have to stop the machine like right now, and then if you had to go do something, then you go do it, and then you come back. As the operator, you have to be right here while it's taking place. Okay. So we have cut this piece. We have 90 degree on one end, 45 degree on the other. Okay. If it's just little pieces, stuff like that we cut, that just goes in the scrap bin outside. So at the end of the day, shut that back off. We'll bring it back around here to 0. There's a lever right down here that locks that. Back to 0. If we was done cutting, we would put our metal off the roller stand and put it back up in the metal rack. Right here is where you can check the fluid level. Right in here, there's a sight glass. You can check it there. All right, I think that's the bandsaw. Thank you.